Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our weekly market update. Today, I've got Maddie and Simone here with me. How are you guys?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you.
It's good.
Busy week in real estate. What's been happening in the property management space this week, Maddie?
A lot, yes. It's been very busy. We've had a lot of properties that, we've had a lot of appraisals that have converted recently. So we'll see a few
New
coming
properties
up in the next sort of month or so.
Okay.
Not so much this week. I get a little break this week, which is nice. But yeah, in the next sort of month, we'll have a few new properties further down south, probably Port Huron. There's one in Craddock that's coming up. We've only got 4 online at the moment.
Yes.
Which is nice. But there are 3 that are coming up in Newtown later this week. So they're always really popular, and they're mostly units, so they should go pretty quick.
What's the applications per property sort of looking like at the moment? Is that still declining, or is it sort of staying stable? Sort of
staying stable. Yeah. So we've come back to the sort of outer suburbs slowing down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that's sort of Geeveston-ish, you still get good quality applications, but not as many as what you would have. Huonville's still really popular, which that sort of ebbs and flows. Like this time last year, Huonville was the least popular.
Yeah, okay.
Because people just wanted to be in the outer suburbs a little bit more.
Yeah.
So it's sort of stable. It hasn't declined anymore. But it's rather than it's usually taking when the market was at peak 2 to 3 weeks to find a really great tenant, sort of takes a 3 to 4 week mark at the moment. So not too bad, but still pretty strong market, and we've still got plenty of properties that are still coming up, which is really nice, helping out with the rental crisis.
Yes. And the prices plateauing still, we think, or is it still increasing? Or we think it's sort of plateaued now?
I don't think
hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't think it's increasing. I think it's probably peaked now, and it's sort of at a standstill as well. Hasn't decreased yet, but I'm sure that will happen with inflation and all those sorts of things. But we're still seeing a pretty strong market. You still get that little bit more than what you think that you'll get for it.
Yes.
But it takes a little bit longer to find the applications for it. Yeah. So we've got a couple of viewings coming up. We've had 111 Main Street online for advertising for a fair while now, but we couldn't take anybody through it. It's been renovated, had a nice little facelift, so it'll look beautiful, and we've got a viewing for that on Wednesday at 4 p.m. So
should be a very popular one.
It should be. It looks great now. It looks completely different. It looks a completely different property.
Yep.
And we've got 5093 Huon Highway in Geeveston. That's got a viewing at 3:30 on Tuesday, so tomorrow. So that's it's also a beautiful one as well. So we've got some good quality properties.
That's good. A few there to look at. So
yes.
Good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to introduce Simone to everybody. Simone's been with us for a couple of weeks, but in sales team, so you'll see her out and about at properties coming up over the next few months. So she's joined me in my team, and we'll be helping with lots and lots of you with buying and selling over the coming months ahead. So Simone's been in the industry for a couple of years already, and has a lot of hospitality and customer service based background in her past. So I'm sure you will all see her great service standards once you get a chance to meet her over the coming weeks. So
thank you for the warm welcome.
No, that's right. Sales market, we have had some reasonable numbers at open homes again. Some that had been a little bit slower over the last couple of weeks. Some of the newer properties, we've actually had strong numbers out this weekend. So there's interesting. Maybe it's been with some of the things on over the last couple of weekends. Potentially, it's probably drawn some buyers away. So certainly, some really good results on the weekend with some of those opens. Generally, there's a fair bit of inquiry still coming through. Some of the properties we've found, we've got quite a few contracts together over the last couple of weeks, a combination of good prices and fair prices, but certainly buyer hesitation is still there. There's been quite a few low offers coming around on a lot of properties where buyers are now confident to try on offering 50,000 below and 20,000 below and things like that sometimes. So we're starting to see a bit of that creep back into the market. So it's pretty much a normal real estate market at the moment from a sales point of view.
There's been a few more conditions in contracts as well.
So we're probably seeing, I would say, not accepted, but submitted. Probably around half of the offers submitted to be subject to sale, and probably 30% have accepted. So it's certainly becoming quite a large percentage where people are eliminating the risk and only doing something if there's no risk involved, basically. Where
Which I guess was unheard of.
yeah,
this time,
3 or 4
ago.
years ago, last 3 or 4 years,
Yeah.
we've had that competition where if you were subject to sale, you were number 7 on the list instead of number 1. So, but now there might only be 1 or 2 people who are making offers and interested. So certainly it gives the buyers more comfort to do that. We are, however, still seeing subject to sale contracts probably having to pay a higher price. So that's the trade-off. If someone goes subject to sale on an average property, they might be paying 20 or 30,000 more than if they were sold first and coming in with a straightforward, unconditional or small finance kind of position where the owner would not have any risk involved, and then the price would reflect that risk being shifted from the buyer to the seller, sort of thing, with the subject to sale. So that's we do have a few listings coming up. We've got, you probably all see over the next few days, there's 10 lots at Franklin coming up, which are in the hills, medium to large acreages, ex-plantation land, a lot of it. So you'll see
We've got a beautiful outlook as well, haven't we?
Yeah, there's some nice views up there, mountain, and a couple of them get river views and things. So yeah, nice quiet spots really on sort of quiet gravel roads. So and all around sort of 10, 20 up to 150 acres sort of size. So keep an eye out for those over the next couple of days. There'll be a lot of land, and we haven't had a lot of that acreage size coming to market. There's been a little bit of residential and a little bit in that 2 acre size. We haven't had a lot of those sort of medium size rural resource acreages around. So these ones, a lot of it is ex-plantation land, so it is a little bit ugly, but it certainly it will be well priced. So I'm sure that'll get a lot of people off their couches and out and about, having a look around at some of the good value land that's coming up there. So and quite a few others we're looking at the moment. So it seems to be a few more properties selling and a few more coming to market. So it's sort of settling back into a normal market from a sales point of view. No massive issues, I guess, in as far as the fear of the market. It seems to almost found its feet at the moment and levelled, and people are buying and selling normally, probably back to a 2017, 18 kind of level again prior to when the growth period happened. So we'll see if that continues and keep you updated on the conditions. And seems like both property management and sales markets might have nearly found their feet through what they were going to do, and might be a bit more stable moving forward in the coming months. So thanks for everyone's time this morning. I've been talking a bit too long today, so thanks for taking the time to watch all of this one, and we'll see you next week on the update.